Hello PlayStation fans! Today we're revisiting Robot Wars, Arenas of Destruction. A game that we remembered being quite terrible, but somehow is f***ing hilarious. So this is the 2001 PS2 title based on the then popular BBC series. Presenter Craig Charles does not appear in the game at all, with all voice duties falling to the show's commentator, Jonathan Pierce. Considering he would have been reading a script and not reacting to anything, he sure does bring enthusiasm. Kudos, Mr. Pierce.
And it's taken a real battering with that blow!
So of course the appeal of the game is to create your own robot, and to see how you fare in the prestigious Robot Wars tournament. You start off with 2,000 credits and a robot called My First Bot. You can either sell it and then start from scratch, or upgrade it, like we chose to do. A few minutes later, and Red Origin was ready to go. The arena is exactly the same as it is on the BBC show, with the dreaded house robots acting as additional hazards in each of the corner patrol zones. They'll attack competitors if they enter these, which are referred to as CPZs. Round 1 is what in pro wrestling you'd call a triple threat. As we started to work out how to move our robot, we quickly remembered how unresponsive the controls are, the key reason as to why the game got such bad reviews. Luckily, the fact we could barely move didn't hinder us at all, because the house robots destroyed both of our opponents. Round 2 and we quickly lost our rear-mounted chainsaw, which sounded much better than it is. For some unknown reason, Sir Killalot came out of his CPZ and decided to attack our opponent, losing his head in the process. Another fluke, but we'll take it. If you get damaged as Red Origin did in the last round, you have a set amount of time in which you can carry out repairs. For example, repairing our armour took 10 minutes of time. The problem with having a rear-mounted weapon is that we need to turn our robot around at the start, and this is the fastest it'll go. For no reason whatsoever, the house robots decided to give us a helping hand and completely decimated our opponent. Yay! We win again! The semi-final now, and we're up against a bot called Robotica. This was an even battle, until our opponent spent too long on the arena flipper. This was game over, as it had no method of self-righting. So against all the odds, we're in the final, which is quite a miracle as we've barely been able to move around. Here we were up against the Bullock, which is basically a box with some caterpillar tracks and some horns. We managed to push it into a CPZ, where House Robot Shunt somehow managed to flip it on the arena wall. And that was that! Look at how Sir Killalot just drives himself into the pit. We won 2,000 credits, which we spent making Red Origin 2. Now, we did manage to purchase a significantly better engine and drive system, which meant that we were able to move around much easier and actually turn. Always a bonus. We're pretty sure that you're given My First Bot in the demo, which is probably a reason as to why many people stayed away from the game. We understand that the developers wanted the players to start off with a pathetic machine, so that upgrading it would be a satisfying and rewarding experience. But the game is awful at the start, and having to significantly upgrade your bot in order to make the game actually playable is a huge mistake. But playable the game does become, and also pretty fun as well. The physics are completely broken and the house robots are crazy. However, this is what makes Robot Wars such a hilarious party game. And it's never not funny pushing your friend into a CPZ and watching the house robots completely destroy them. Besides the tournament modes, there is also a free play mode, and 3 training modes, including Ultimate Challenge, where you can fight a house robot. The game's physics really do shine in this mode. Arenas of Destruction, as the name implies, also has multiple arenas. There's a military silo, an oil rig, a New York steelworks, a Siberian military base with landmines around the walls, and Japanese rooftops, where an unlucky robot can fall right through a skylight.
It's cutting the tanks. Straight through into the room below. Hope they don't cause any damage there.
You'll never play many of these maps, however, as they cost a massive amount of credits to unlock, which you'd rather spend instead on upgrading your bot, or purchasing over 50 pre-built bots, including ones that actually appeared in the television series, such as Hypnodisc and Razor. So we liked it once we managed to unlock enough parts to make our custom robots move. But what did you think? Chris says, I found the game to be fun and spent a lot of time playing it, but at times found the physics and feel of the game frustrating. The code JPierce would basically allow you to do anything you want in the game. Lots of people remembered this cheat, where if you enter JPierce as a username at the start, you unlock all the maps and thousands of credits to spend. Martin remembers how easily the armour and weapons broke off, and how hard it was to make a custom robot self-right. Even with a self-righting mechanism, it's still pretty much game over if you end up on your back. And Glenn commented, so I still have this and it's a regular on games nights with my mates. Sergeant Bash went mental on a recent game, ignored all the rules of staying in the CPZ, and obliterated everything on a mad rampage. See? Still hours of fun even today. What were your memories of Robot Wars? We'd recommend using the JPierce cheat and having some mates around. And trust us, it's an absolute blast. Thanks for watching.
Titanium armor. This is what Robot Wars is all about. Carnage. Tough steel armor, making it harder to cut into, of course. They're lying on their back like a turtle in the sun. I'm afraid they can't seem to get back up. It's turtle soup for them. The armor holding out well against the charge. The titanium standing up well to the punishment. The titanium armor not as effective against that impact as they'd like. The flames aren't having much luck against... Cease! The steel armor giving it some defense against the attack.
For more videos like this, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to make sure you don't miss any videos in the future. Cheers!
Mind the paintwork. Off comes the spike! They're gonna have to try another tactic now!